All right, hello everyone. I'm Sterling Smith. I'll start out with a question. Looks like we're up. Yeah. So, how many people have hired someone? Raise your hand. And then, how many of you keep those hands up if you have hired the wrong person before? Okay, great. So that's the majority of people in the room. This probably applies to most people here then. A random fact is it costs roughly $18,000 to hire the wrong person. And it's a very risky mistake. Usually, you know within 6 weeks, but you don't fire until 2 years in. So incredibly risky. Okay. Me and a few folks are working on RightMatch AI, and it's born out of the question of how do we know that we hired the right person? Or rather, wrong question. How do we know that the person that I'm interested in hiring can get the work done? That's the problem we're solving for. So here's the platform. Effectively, a non-technical HR executive would sign into RightMatch, create an account, and manage their interviews. So we're using AI to generate interviews for candidates, and I'll show you what the form looks like right here. So a company would enter in pretty basic things. Let's say we're going to hire a front-end developer. You type in React, JavaScript, script, and then Node, right? And we'll just give it intermediate, and expert. And then we'll generate an interview effectively using LLMs. And then within a few seconds, you can obviously go through and edit the questions or regenerate the interview. If you wanted to add a coding question as well, you could also do that. I'll just take one of these really quick and add not a QA engineer, I'll say a React developer. You can actually add a coding and culture fit questions too, so it's not all technical. So we'll see that really quick. But effectively, so non-technical HR executives can use our technology to create the best technical interviews, only to have them send it to all qualified or potentially qualified candidates within seconds and reduce by at least 5 hours of time that they would typically spend to interview candidates.
So did you make any progress today?
Yeah, I did. So I'll show you that. But I'll just show you on the tail end. This is what the report cards look like. The progress I made today was in between kind of showing off, like talking with and getting feedback from folks, was beginning to design some screens for the analytics dashboard. So haven't quite finished this, but created the first 2 screens of flows for like what do team members' UI look like, and how much time are they saving? What does the funnel metrics look like for getting a whole lot of candidates in and then taking them through the interview process? So that is RightMatch, and thank you so much for your time and attention.
Yeah. All right, do we have a question for Sterling? Yes.
If the technical questions are ChatGPT generated, isn't ChatGPT the best one to answer them? And won't you end up falling with candidates that actually use ChatGPT to answer those questions?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So we have these interviews are multi-sensory interviews. So your screen, audio, video are being recorded, transcribed. We also track events. So if you're copying a question, even if you're copying it and pasting it to your phone, as iOS allows, then we track the event, and it goes against, we have 2 scores, aptitude and trust. It goes against your trust score, and it's a part of the evaluation that companies can evaluate. So, great. Thank you. Any other questions?
3,000 users, was that correct?
No, that's pending.
Right.
That's why that's part of the hackathon. I'm still in the
Vision, I like it.
Yeah.
And Sterling will be here to answer more questions
Okay,
after.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Man. All right.